justice for all.
Trevor, will you do roll call?
Christina Eshelman, Kurt Flickner,
Here.
I'm here, David Kaufman,
Here.
Donnie Lehman, John Payne,
Here.
Brian Tobby, Jessica McFarland,
Here.
Gretchen Thomas,
Here.
and Scott Croner.
Here.
Next, we have recognition of visitors and public input. Hopefully everybody signed in. So we'll move on to the next item of amendments to the agenda, which we had sent out to us.
Make a motion to approve the additional consent items.
I'll second.
Motion from John, a second from David. Any questions or discussion on that? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Back here, all those opposed, same sign. That motion carries 4-0. No opportunity to vote no. Next, we have consent items consisting of personnel items, employment, professional leave, grants, and donations.
I'll make a motion that we approve all consent items.
Second.
A motion from David, second from Trevor. Any questions or discussion on those? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. All those opposed, same sign. That motion carries 4-0. Next action item, we have considered approval of the textbook adoption for personal finance at Northwood High School.
Personal finance was the one that I brought at the last board meeting, and it was curriculum that was free, and a long list of different topics that were available for the students, and so tonight was asking for approval of that curriculum.
Make a motion to approve the textbook adoption of personal finance at Northwood High School.
Second?
I have a motion from Trevor, a second from John. Any questions or discussion on that? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. All those opposed, same sign. That motion carries 4-0. Next item, consider approval of the NIESC Shared Dietitian Consortium Services Contract.
And this is the contract we have with the Northern Indiana Educational Service Center. This ensures that we have the proper certifications that we need for our cafeteria staff. So we've approved this each year that I've been here. I recommend approval as presented. There are no major changes from any of the previous contracts. Same cost.
Make a motion to approve the NIESC Shared Dietitian Consortium Services Contract.
I'll second.
A motion from John, a second from David. Any questions or discussion on that? If Sheila were to get this, is it something she can get or just?
She can, but it would require some additional college schooling. So we've just agreed that we would just go with this approach.
Any questions? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries 4-0. Next item, consider approval of our Beacon Athletic Training and Healthcare Clinic contract.
And we are just going to give you an update on this. We're still working through the contract with Beacon on both our athletic training and our healthcare clinic. Have not heard from our consultant, Stan, in a couple of days, but we'll reach back out and see where they're at on this. We've got the terms of course, trying to figure out the cost and make sure that it is in alignment with our utilization. But it is our hope that we are able to bring this back for approval at the next board meeting. So, with your permission, I'd like to table this right now since we don't have a contract.
Take a vote on that since we don't have it.
I don't think so. Just table it.
Yep. All right, next item, consider approval of the out-of-state overnight travel request for all those listed in your board packet.
I'll make a motion that we approve the out-of-state overnight travel request as presented.
Second?
A motion from David, second from John. Any questions or discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. All those opposed, same sign. That motion carries 4-0. Next, we'll move on to discussion and information. Turn it over to.
Board packets, you have a copy of the student handbooks. These are our K through 12, so you have our elementary, which they all just share one. Our middle school and high school, which do a lot of collaboration because there's a lot of overlap, but there's some nuanced differences in them. All the changes have been highlighted or struck through, so hopefully you guys can see those pretty breaks and things of that nature. I'd say the big work that we did this year, however, was our cell phone and electronic device policy. There are some new restrictions that the state has put out, so our administration worked with their staff and their admin team to come into compliance with the law, and you'll see those changes in there and how each building is going to attempt to approach it. Again, there's some nuanced examples in there. You know, they're supposed to be stowed and turned off and not accessible throughout the course of the day, but there are going to be some times in which kids have to have them. For example, high school level kids that take dual credit classes, there's a two-factor authentication that they need to go through in order to access their textbooks. And so there's going to be some scenarios in which the kids will have to access them. And then we still want to provide some flexibility. So with like a administrative approval, kid can get out a cell phone and if there's been a change in the practice. And so we want to make that clear to families that you're not going to get taken from you if you need to communicate with your families or whether or not you need picked up. So you'll see those changes in the handbook. This is just for discussion tonight, so happy to answer any questions you guys would have.
So Ken says in there it's supposed to remain in their lockers or not allowed students.
Mm-hmm.
We're a little lenient on that, since especially the junior high level, they have no locks on their lockers.
Yes, matter of fact, I really appreciate that question. Yeah, technically they should not be on their person. However, I know there's going to be a Croner kid that's going to have their cell phone because some nights practice happens and some nights practice doesn't. And so that she needs to go to the coffee house to wait an hour or two, and I want to have availability to communicate with my daughter when she's off campus. So with that, we are still going to maintain the calculators pouches, and so they should be turned off. They should not be turned on. They should not be out and looking at them as they're going in passing period. They should not be out and looking at their cell phones as they are, in the lunch room. But because some kids won't want to keep their cell phones in their locker, they can have their turned off cell phone and just put it in the pouch. That way, staff knows that if it's in their pocket, that it's not going to become a distraction for them. So again, we're trying to work our way through this without adding additional costs by adding locks or purchasing the $30 yonder pouches. This is what we're recommending to you. So we will bring that back for approval at the next board meeting. Next item, I want to hand off to Gretchen.
In the board packet, I have a memo in there outlining another novel that we would like to add to the curriculum. Our AP English classes, our AP English seminar and research are all focused on writing, and what we found is that we need to add a literature component as students are preparing for SAT. And so with that, the English department is requesting to add Fahrenheit 451. They have, as you can see, the textbook adoption committee there that is listed. Part of our book rating rubric, there's a rubric that they fill out, and with that rubric they have a section that they list quality attributes and also concerns. And so with that, some of the parents listed some positive things as well as some things that could be concerns as well. And so the department went through and addressed some of those concerns and how they will navigate those. And so that was the attachment that was in the board packet as well. They highlighted specifically if parents were to opt out, which other novels they would give for an alternative and how they would handle that. They also wrote in there how they would handle some of the instructional practices and some of the safeguards that they would have in place. So with that, I'm happy to answer any questions.
So is this a new book, or is it one that they've used?
They have used it at the high school for many, many years. It's new to this course though.
Would this be something where we talked a little bit before about communication in advance to parents? Is this something that they would, at the beginning of the year, be notified of, or I guess I'm not sure how that would work.
So typically in the high school level, they have their syllabus that they notify. Yeah.
Okay, so it would be in there where parents could then see it and look into it if they.
Between the syllabus and then Canvas is the other way that
Okay.
they typically notify.
Okay.
Any other questions?
Sorry.
No, I said I don't think so.
If other questions come up, just please let us know. Again, plan will be to bring this back for approval at the next board meeting, which will jump down one. The next board meeting will be May 26th. That's the Tuesday after Memorial Day, so same time, just a different date. And then last one is just a reminder as well. We got commencement on Friday, June 5th. Doors will open at 6. We'll have a line probably at 5 o'clock with the anxious parents ready to get in. And commencement will go on at 7:30. Who do we have, Lisa? Which board members?
Trevor and
We have
Curtis.
3 total, I
I think
believe.
I am too.
Trevor, Kurt, and David?
Yes, I think you said you would if you, so I turned your name in.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, we've got you guys on. So thank you guys for attending and participating. And that is all we have this evening.
So last item, as we know, I got forwarded to you guys today, congratulations to Superintendent Scott Cronin on his award for the, I pulled this up and read it, IAPSS District 2 Superintendent of the Year, which then qualifies you for the State Superintendent of the Year. And I read this as, would be 27, so it could be next year, is what this qualifies for, not 26. I kind of wondered if that was a typo or if that true
Yeah,
is,
I think that's when,
since that's this year.
that's when it's,
Presented.
it's when it's presented. Yeah, it's usually down during the fall conference is when they make that announcement.
So, a shout out, congratulations. to-
Yeah,
Congratulations.
good job.
So,
Thank you. It is a reflection of our team. So I'm honored to be part of the school system and blessed to have an amazing team and amazing school board. So thank you guys for being awesome.
I'll hear about it afterwards for saying something, if that's okay. I know he doesn't like that recognition on things like that, but figured it was well-deserved and needed to be noted. So, with that, there being no further business to come to attention of the board, a motion to adjourn is in order.
So moved.
Second.
Motion from John, second from Trevor, all those in favor, signify by saying aye. Those opposed, same sign. Okay, 4-0.